Well, like I said, I really feel like you need to find somebody that can show you the proof, show you real-world examples and case studies of how they've helped other plumbing and HVAC businesses in hyper-competitive markets throughout the United States go from very little placement online to the point where they now dominate the search engines in your area. So right now, I just want to share some, real-world examples and case studies. I'm going to show you screenshots on the screen. In a video later on this, if you've got some additional time and you want to take a deeper dive, I'm going to show real screen flow where I'll be pulling up searches and showing you where they rank. But just in the interest of your time, I want to give you a quick high-level overview. So this is a company that we work with in Fort Lauderdale. Type in Fort Lauderdale Plumber, you'll see that Town Plumbing is spot A on the map. This is a company we work with in Brooklyn, New York. Again, run a search for Brooklyn Plumber. You'll see that they're in spot B on the map. This is a plumber that we work with in Sarasota, Florida. You type in Sarasota, Florida, Sarasota Plumber, Sarasota Plumbing. You'll see that they're in spot A on the map. This is a company that we work with in Toronto. If you type in Toronto Plumber, you'll see that they're in the #1 organic position in the search results. So again, these strategies and techniques have been proven. The process that we've developed for building out your website, making sure that there's pages for each one of your services on your website, making sure that you're constantly creating new content in mobile, that you've got inbound links, that you've got a strategy for getting real reviews from your real customers is proven. And that's exactly what we're offering to bring to the table for you in your area. So I just want to share some stories with you. It's one thing to show placement, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to return on investment. So is that placement resulting in more calls and resulting in new revenue? I just want to tell you a little bit about Philip Marisi. He's a customer we work with in Tampa. The name of his company is the Clean Plumbers, and you can run a search for the Clean Plumbers. For Tampa Plumber, and you'll see him ranked very well for a lot of different plumbing-related keywords. But when I started with Philip, he had very little placement on the search engines. He had been a big Yellow Pages guy. He'd invested a lot in, I think, double truck ads for a number of years. And that's how he built his business. But he found that the Yellow Pages stopped generating the same result. And so he quickly, early on, shifted to the internet. He invested in having a website developed and thought he had a pretty proactive strategy in place. But it wasn't ranking and it wasn't generating calls. So he was frustrated. So when he connected with us, here's what happened. He said prior to getting started with Plumber SEO, we were only getting a few calls a month via the internet. September of this year, we've tracked 147 inbound calls directly via the web. And now, I know because I look at his call tracking report on a monthly basis, he's averaging somewhere between 120 and 150 calls every single month via the internet by implementing our program. How would you like to have 147 calls coming in directly via the web? Another example I want to share with you is Southwest Plumbing Services in Miami, Florida. And Tom Watson, when we started working with him, was heavily commercial. So he focused very much on the commercial plumbing side of the business. And while he still wanted to, get commercial business, especially with new construction and things like that, industrial type jobs with larger installations, he recognized with the downturn in the economy that building had slowed down and he needed to build up his service side of his business. So he started working with us, and this is what he had to say. He said, I now have prominent placement for the keywords that are most important to me. Miami Commercial Plumber, Miami Commercial Plumbing Contractor, Miami Plumber, Plumber in Miami, Miami Tankless Water Heaters, Miami Water Heater Installation, Miami Gas Contractor, Miami Gas Line Installation, and many others. Do you think that if you ranked for all those keywords, it would generate more qualified visitors to your site and more inbound calls? He said that his business is almost doubled since implementing our solution. Now, another example I want to share with you is Petrie Plumbing out of Brooklyn, New York. And you saw on the screenshot there, they're in spot B for Brooklyn Plumber. Well, prior to working with us, Petrie Plumbing was with the company paying almost double what we charge. And he was almost a little bit nervous because he said, hey, you know what? I'm spending all this money. Are you sure that I'm going to be able to get a return on investment? Because he was spending almost double, but getting very little return on investment. He wasn't getting a lot of calls. He wasn't even ranked organically for his keywords. And like like you might even be, he was frustrated because he didn't believe that this was going to generate return on investment for him. But he gave it a shot. I think I showed him enough examples and enough testimonials that he said, hey, you know what, I'll give it a try. And Mike and Jeannie actually say it's the best investment they've made in their plumbing business. We now have Spot A position one on Google for our most important keyword, Brooklyn Plumber, and get traffic every day and phone calls from customers who found us in typing a variety of different keywords. Working with Plumber SEO is the best business decision I've made. Now, if we could get you to the top of the search engines for your keywords, don't you think that would be a pretty wise business decision, especially if it generated significantly more than what you're investing? I'm going to show another example, and this is the Honest Plumber out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And when Troy started working with us, he was a big-time advertiser. He had invested in a number of programs. He had invested in Reach Local, he had tried Yodel, and was really disappointed, spending a lot of money with very little return on investment. He says, now, I'm averaging over 178 calls a month directly via the web so far this year. 178 calls. What kind of impact would 170 inbound calls a month coming into your business have on you going into the next year? Now, just so you know, the way that we are able to track these inbound calls is we use call tracking. So we would put a unique phone number on the website, be a phone number you own. It will ring to your office just like it always does, but it gives us the ability to know exactly how many calls are actually coming in via the internet on a monthly basis. Just another example here, Jim Wagner Plumbing, who we work with in Plainfield, Illinois, or Naperville, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. He was a big believer in the internet. Actually, 5-6 years ago, he set up his first plumbing website and hired a couple companies. They didn't generate results, and I think you're hearing this as a common theme. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad information, a lot of companies out there that implement strategies that just don't work. So he actually took the initiative upon himself to learn internet marketing. So he set up his own website. He added a lot of pages. I think he may have even read my book at one point and tried to implement some of these strategies on his own, but hit a brick wall in that he had done all of this work and he was spending all of this money, but it wasn't generating return on investment. And so he finally gave us the opportunity to come in and show him what we could do, and he says it's the best investment he's made in his business to date. He said, I've been a plumbing professional for over 20 years. You can honestly say Josh Nelson and the Plumber SEO crew is the first SEO company that gets it. They get my business, understand my competition, and have innovative ideas to help my company grow. I've hired other SEO companies before and always ended up disappointed. With Josh, Dean, and Norton, I feel like they work with me. I'm not just another client. They deliver strong results and are never too busy to talk with me. I've seen my business steadily grow every month since hiring Plumber SEO. I'm not one to write testimonials, but because of testimonial on their site, I decided to give them a try. It was the best investment I've made in my business to date.
Hi, my name is Mark with Shamrock Plumbing. A lot of companies rely on getting the word out there, making themselves known so that people will call and use their services. Over the last few years while we've been in business, we've used different companies to get us up on the web and do our web pages and basically get us on the search engines. And I've tried different companies, and some companies have worked and some companies haven't. I found a company right now that are doing basically all the stuff that I used to do and I used to want to get done on my website. A company called Plumbers SEO. Basically, they built my website, they do all my search engine optimization, and they're basically there when I need them. They won't do anything unless they run it past me first, so I kind of have a hand in everything that's going on. When they started, my ranking in different keywords was pretty low, maybe in the sort of 15, 18, which puts me on the second and third page. And they basically said, you know what, let us go on it, let us do the website, we'll create pages and do everything we want to do, and let's see how we get on. Well, in the last 2 months, I've gone from page 3 all the way up to page 1, where I'm up on the map section and everything else. They've helped me with the videos. I will basically make videos and they'll help me post them, and we're getting views in those videos and everything's working. These guys are amazing. Give them a try. The one thing that I thought was great was, before I started, they said, you know what, we'll work with you, but we'll also make a promise with you not to work with another competitor in your area, which is great. It means that I don't have to worry about my competitor going up to the same guys, and basically now I'm competing against more people in the same area. But these guys are outstanding. Give them a call. I'll put a link at the bottom of this video, and see what you think. Okay, talk to Josh. I mean, they're amazing. Once again, it's Mark with Shamrock Plumbing. Also, if you actually need to call us, you can get us at 407-292-8881, or on the web at shamrockplumbingfl.com.
Here's a company we've worked with in Falls Church, Virginia. Dr. Bill and Tracy Bennett of the Plumbing Doctors. And when we started with them, they had been with Yellow Book. They were big advertisers in Yellow Book. They actually bought into Yellow Book advertising to do their internet marketing. So, unfortunately, like most companies that try using the Yellow Pages or Yellow Book or one of these other companies to do their internet, they spend a premium dollar but get very poor results. And even worse than the result was the lack of communication and the lack of professionalism by the team of people that they were having manage their internet marketing strategy. They were really disappointed, very jaded, and hesitant to transition their business to us. Fortunately, they were on one of my webinars where they got to see the entire blueprint of how we build out a website, how we optimize a website, how we optimize map listings, how we set up social media profiles, and really what the entire process is from soup to nuts. And they were convinced that this was different, something they should give a try. So here's what they said. We've been working with Plumber SEO since the beginning of 2012, and I've been very pleased with the service. Prior to working with them, we'd attempted to have a Yellow Book run our internet marketing efforts with very little success. Josh and the Plumber SEO team came in with a proactive internet marketing strategy that included a revamped website, SEO, map optimization, and social media. Since getting started with them, we've seen significant increase in our placement on the search engines and hold the top spot for Falls Church Plumber, as well as a number of highly competitive plumbing keywords in our area. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, then I would highly recommend Plumber SEO. So my question to you is, are you looking to take your plumbing business to the next level? And do you want to be the one client that we work with in your area? We only work with one plumber in each city. Right now, we're reaching out to some companies that we strategically selected in your market. And we're only going to work with one of you. So I would encourage you. You've seen the examples. You've seen the case studies. You got a free copy of our book that you can take a look at. I would encourage you, give me a call right away. You can reach me at 866-610-4647. I look forward to talking with you soon.